everybody, and welcome to the Pixel Classroom podcast. This, of course, is our live stream, and of course, I've been doing a couple on this pieces here too. So just know these are only for the video pieces and for tutorials too. I also apologize if you have any sound issues at this point too. As you know, I no longer have my Rodecaster system, so I've gone with my Allurotech, which is not sponsoring this podcast, by the way, in any shape or form. So thing for my Rocket mic. So we're going to go ahead and get to part two, and of course, those who do not know me, I hope you know me. Of course, I am Ryan Reed, the host of the Pixel Classroom podcast. And this is my new series I've been doing here for some live streams and everything. And I've been picking Gimkit as we hard to believe are coming towards the end of the school year as I'm recording this episode on Sunday, March 23rd, 2025. We are not much longer for the school year here. Our school year, we got about 7 weeks. Really left for you to call in the last couple of days coming off towards Easter as well as Memorial Day. So, we are coming to an end here. It's hard to believe that we have gotten this far and everything. So my little point here, I'm going to do a little adjustment here on my microphone. There we go. Now I can hear myself a little better. So I'm going to go over here with Money Mogul. I should say Cash Tycoon, which was the update. I'm sorry, I call it Money Mogul. That's what its old name was a long time on here, where you can actually do not only live stream, but you can actually set up as homework or pre-update pieces. I usually always do this setup for my students when I am absent for whatever reasons, whether it's an appointment or I get sick, for really people to go into it, and it's a pre-assessment. What's so cool about Cash Tycoon is it can be set up as an individual lesson instead of a team group effort like Fishtopia or Knockback or something else, which is kind of really royale on this too. So I'm actually going to talk about this here, about setting it up. I'm going to set up a brand new Gimkit lessons and how you can do that for homework. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and play my Cash Tycoon guy. And I'll also show the new, at the time of this recording, the new bug pack that is come up in the shop here for that. And as you can see, I've used the stashes. I really like the stashes for my logo. I have almost all of them. I'm missing one right now for the stash collection, which is the blue stash. So hopefully I'll have him soon. So let's go ahead and get that. So let's go ahead and share that. So I'll go ahead and share my screen for everybody watching. I hope watching. I mean, I think they watch. I could be wrong. You never know. But anyhow, so I'll go ahead and share that right now here with pieces on here. So here's my Gimkit. Remember, you can sign up for Gimkit for free. Paid account for premium is $59 per year, per whole year and everything. That usually runs off for the whole year. You have that on too here. We are currently on season 3 for everything else. That will change very soon because of a couple of reasons. So I'm going to have to do that and show up. But I'm going to go ahead, and as you can see, I have all my different ones I've played later. I have everything from Gimkit Creative to Scratch to Edison Robots. I've gotten quite the collection, and people do not know you actually can set up folders for your different areas. They will always show up here in the main kits level here in Gimkit. Like I said, you can access reports on this, or you can assign, and you can do the reports. You also can see assignments. Like right here is what I did for here my participants and how many people played that game and their accuracy. You also can do assignments per class here and have them set up by date. As you can see, I did Cash Tycoon for Google Sites that closed on March 18th as I recorded. And you can set up your different classes per section right here. And I could click on these and go individuals too. And usually I do this because it's a good way to really avoid avoiding people jumping in the classroom and hacking it, or people give away passwords or you have to kick people out or suspend them. So I found out this works really good. And you can search for various kits too here in the search window, because it's not just done to you. You can look one up too. Like once I switch over here, my computer is being a little slow, but if I go right here, it says search for kits. I could look up something like, I could say, let's look up algebra here. And I'll hit the enter button here, and it will look for kits. It will look up if you have an algebra Gimkit level setup, it will immediately look up for one. Otherwise, it will go for people to and publicly name, like here's algebra pieces. It shows you the examples here, and they will do your images or GIFs or everything else here. and so forth. You see there's a lot of one, and it tells you how many questions. It also tells you how long they were created. Like, for sake of argument, I'm gonna go with Jean L here. She has 20 questions. If I click on this here, it will immediately bring everything up. So you have a couple options. If you're really doing a quick little piece here, you could quickly just say play live and pick your game. The only difference is you could it's more for a quick review students and everything else. You could do a practice round here where you kind of set up and see how it is. You can export it out as a spreadsheet, or you can quickly do like anything else and just click on copy, and then it will just say, okay, I'm going to copy this, and then it's you can go ahead and it will pop up right here in your kit. And if you want to, you can go to the three dots here, aka the navy bar. Like I said, my computer is being very slow today. I've got certain people online playing their games, so I apologize. Luckily, I have a naturally loud voice. But right here, I can copy it. I could add it to a folder here. Like I could click on add folder and I could add it to something else, or I could quickly go to edit and I could do something. Maybe this copy of it is the teacher, a person who set it up. Maybe he's missing a couple things I taught, but they did not teach in algebra because it does level, because this doesn't tell you everything else and everything. But I could go right here. I could copy it and say, solve the equation, b plus 14 equals 33. Maybe I could copy this exact answer. And so now there's two of them, but I could quickly hit edit on this and I could just change the answer. So right here, maybe I say C equals plus 17 and answer still 33, but what would B be? And here originally they said 19. As we know, the answer here would be 16. So it's not 19, it's 16. And I could change a couple of the wrong answers here, maybe to 18, and maybe make this negative 20 or something like that. And I could save this, and now that answer right there is updated. So now it has the new answer for the solve equation and so forth. Also, if you want to, you can go all the way and you can add your own questions right here. It says right here, add a question. I could add a question here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a brand new one from my Quizlet set. I've created a Quizlet set, depending on your district and if they've signed a SOAP agreement or something, or depending on thing, you can import your text questions. You can do this also on other systems, such as Microsoft, Spark Notes, or a few other ones. It just depends on things. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new one here for everything else. But otherwise, when you're done, you just hit all done. It saves it to your system, and there it goes. It says right here, I created it 2 minutes ago versus these ones that are created 5 years ago. Speaking of which, I have to go to Shapegrams and update this too. Tony's released a lot more stuff here versus some of these ones which were created recently by both me or another teacher and copied over for updated things for Gimkit Creative and Gimkit Sites. So, like I said, area here, but I'm going to go ahead and make a new kit. And I'm going to call this one, it's going to be Spreadsheet Basics, because I'm going to be teaching spreadsheets in the fall. I've always been teaching it for students, but we're going to go a little one here. And I'll just pick out what the language is. This is, of course, English. I could make a Spanish version, which you can. And I'm just going to leave it to technology. I could change it to science or other or STEM, but for sake of argument, I'm going to keep it technology because it's a spreadsheet program. So I'm going to hit next. And once it decides to load, like I said, bear with me, everybody, you can get a picture. Now, they'll look at some basics. You can search them, you can upload them, but as you can see, they're one. You can also put a link. Like I said, remember how that one image had the picture from Full House with Joey talking to Stephanie back, I think like in season 2 or 3. Yes, I'm that old. You can put a link to it and they'll put a picture or an animated GIF. So I'm just going to do one really simple right here because I like the pie graph. It says, okay, do you want to add a question, which I could, or you can create with flashcards. You also have Kit Collaborate, which is really cool. I'll talk about this in a later episode. You can import from a spreadsheet, which is really cool, or you can add from the question bank. So I'm going to go simply to create with flashcards. I'm going to say import flashcards, and I'm going to try to, since my Quizlet that I'm doing is actually off of my school account. I don't want to give any information away here, but basically, and I'll explain how I'm doing. Basically, I go over to my Quizlet set. I hit the 3 dots, the navy bar. I go to export, and it gives me a nice little sheet here to do it. And then all I'm just going to say is copy the text, and I'll go over here. I'll Control V that. I love teaching shortcuts. And right here, and it will put the questions in order with their answers. And I'll just say create, and there's everything done too. And this is just a very simple one. I'll add to this. This is right here. And yes, I put sigma in there. There's a joke, but sigma does actually count as an equation for formulas. So once I think it's all good, I'll go ahead and say, and as you can see, it will auto save here. So luckily it will save draft. I'll hit all done. And I'll close my other window to reduce some internet there. But as you can see, now I have my spreadsheet basics are ready to go. Little sip of water right there. But as you can see now, I have my spreadsheet ready to go, and it's all set over here. I'm going to change my side view so you can see this a little better. Give it a second. Like I said, live stream. There's a reason why I'm not editing. I'm thinking of putting together a VIX video later on here once I've gotten all these spring Gimkits together. But for now, I'm just going to do that. So there we go. So I have it all set. So now I'm going to go over here, and I can do it two ways. I can say assign homework. If I assign homework, the homework features right now only allow you to do 4 different ways. So Fishtopia, which a lot of students like it when I do this. Don't look down. I have a lot of students that love don't look down. And it gives you the complexity here. Cash Tycoon is what we're going to go with, and then farm chain, you can do it. But I'm not going to do it. Believe it or not, you can do a live one, which I'm going to do. And if anybody wants to join me, it'll be individual. So I'm going to click on play live, and it's going to say feature. The features are always up here, and then they'll say 2D mode. And then what you can do is you can go right here to Tycoon and pop it up here. So I can go over to Tycoon. I'll hit continue. They'll say, what's the class? I can say no. It can be a race. It can be all in. How much money do you have? And use nickname generator. So I can do that and start. And as you can see, style is player versus player. So it works really good and gets a little area here. For sake of issue, though, I'm going to go ahead and do the homework assignment one. So I'm going to go ahead and do Cash Tycoon. Select this. You can either do this when you can do a due date. I'm just going to say this is due tomorrow. There you go. By 12 p.m. You have to do some clashes, and you have to set a cash goal. Usually I like to give about 500,000. I don't do a question goal because I want students to read over 2, and then you just put in a class. I'm just going to go ahead and put in this class doesn't exist anymore. This is because we're a trimester. I'm going to say 8 section 1. I'll hit that, and then right here it's ready to go, and I have information. I'll just copy the link here. I'll just put this in a new window. Hit that in, I'll share my tab. There we go. As it switches over. So I pop that in, and it's loading right here. So this is individually playing here. I'm mostly doing this too because it's a good way to see the level shops go. And then it says right here, do I want to start my assignment and everything else? There, but yeah, I have the legendary game. But as you can see, you're all set to go. If students want to get their own GIM on here, they do have to go to the rewards section and go to the locker. Otherwise, when you play something like a homework assignment or something, it's just going to immediately lock you in there too. So they would have to select these. So I'm using, by the way, the custom kitten, which you can do color. I basically did an inversion version of Litten, because if it was a real Litten Pokemon, it would be white fur with red stripes, but you can see that right here. I'm just going to double check everything. We're going to start the game in a second. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start the assignment. This is my question goal. So I'm going to hit start assignment. And that'll start just a little bit. There we go. And then, of course, what I'm doing is I'm going right over here to the questionnaire, and it says right here, what's my current streak? That's going to tell us. So I'm going to go here and answer some questions. What are Google Sheets? Right here, it's an app little thing. Gives me $1. Sigma, well, that's, of course, believe it or not, a population for standard. What is the spark line charts? Chart releases specific values and stuff. So we go over here, but it's representation. And as you can see, as the questions get harder, I earn more money. If I get a question wrong, like here, it takes $1 away. But as you do Cash Tycoon, where is it? But now I can start spending that money. So I've got $6. So depending on how much money you got, depends on things. Like here's where you get the multiplier. So you increase your multiplications. Streak bonuses, once you start really going here, you can do their area. And of course, if you start getting questions wrong or stuff, you can actually buy insurance level per money. So I've got to answer a couple more questions here. So I'm going to do an equation. Where is it? To expressions. Formula right here. Format. Oop, that was wrong. I'm sorry. That was an equation to calculate. See, sometimes I get my questions wrong too, especially when it's brand new. There we go. Microsoft Excel. Let's let's see, spreadsheet shell, tiny little, where is it? There it is. Nope, that was individual rectangle within the space, a stealth cell. So believe it or not, they're gonna go over here too. So there we go. So I've now got 10 bucks. So now I can go over and increase my money. So this is gonna multiply it by. I will now earn by 5, but if I get a question wrong, you lose it. So this is really teaching students a good set of financial literacy about like doing insurance, when to make chances with money and so forth. So it's really got that. But see, now I'm making more money here. So it's, as I get a streak and it will do it. Spreadsheet table. But now, as you can see right now, I've got an answer streak of 3. But as you can see, I have 18 bucks. If I get one more question right. So now I've got $26. I can go ahead and buy some insurance over here. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this. That means right now, answer incorrectly, you only owe less than 10%. So that's pretty good. And I'll do another set. Oh, see, I lost 10 then because I got the answer up. I lost $5 as but it wasn't as much money as it was before. Yep, and as you can see there, I leveled up right there pretty good. But now I got $29, so I could go ahead and do that, or I could still doing my streak bonuses where I get more money, because when you get streak points, you get extra $3. So this is really a good way to level up for students and everything. But as you see, my current streak now ended because I redid the questions. And right here, so this right here is multiplying it, level 2, but I need 50 bucks. So I'm gonna go here. Where is it? Standard deviation. And also I go through this too, but as you can see, I hit the wrong area there. But see, I've not lost as much money because of my insurance, so it works pretty good there. And as you can see, I'm now up to $8. But now I got $55, so now I can go ahead and get the multiplier. So now I'll get more money, but I won't lose as much money. This means me getting more money. So it's like getting like a bonus, like a bonus on that, pieces on that too. See, now I got more money on that. Pie chart. Yeah, no more thing. But as you can see, now I'm getting more money. So now I can go ahead and get these answer questions. And I still haven't. Because remember, when I hit $500,000, the game will end. Not as a total, but once I've actually got that in my bank. So I can keep on going here. And of course, I can check my streak bonus too. So if I go over here to my locker, because I have 2 areas open up right here, I can click on home and I can see where I am. So I've restarted the game. I have about 5,000 of XP before I'm tapped out, before it rolls over at Wednesday at 2 Eastern. But now I have $1,005 of Gimkit coins in my area. So I can just do that and keep on going. Excuse me. So I'm going to go a little bit and show you how, as you can see, playtime and bonus, I just got 300 XP. So now I'm 700 XP from, of course, getting my next level. So now I got $119. So I can either get the streak bonus, but now I'm having more options. The more money I get and the more I get better at these questions, I have more options. Like sometimes students always ask me, Dr. Reed, what do you say? I said, the best way to do is get insurance and do your multiplication. So then that way, once you still do that, you can earn more money, but you're going to lose less money. It's like how they say, spend less to earn more or something along those lines. So here I do it, $35. I'm almost at the $40. So now $45. So now I've got $285. So right now I could go ahead and buy the higher insurance. I'm going to go ahead and do the higher insurance and do that. And one thing is they only go so far, as you see right here. This is $1,000,000. You know, the game ends after that. But right here, see right here, and you can teleport between levels. There's teleporters. So if you get all the way to the end of a streak, you can teleport all the way back to the beginning of the level. People don't know this. But once you get to the fire ends, and this is what I say, this is why when I set money areas too, I try to get them as high up here where their final bonus is maybe 150 million or 25. This way they have a goal to reach, because a lot of students like to try to reach all of the goals at one point before it gets tapped out, like right here. If I go all the way here to your money bonuses, the highest money bonuses they can go is, of course, what is this? $1 billion. So you really got to think about that when you set the early game on that. So I'm going to do this a little bit more, and then I'll show you the new bug cap and go from there. Nope, I got that wrong. But see, now because I have the higher insurance, I only lost $6. And then I leveled up from the playtime and area too. So I'm doing a lot better than I was doing beforehand. So keep going. Yeah, it's now I have $113. So I'm still a ways away from doing any other thing. Yeah, I can go ahead and do the thing. But the problem is it says you learn $50. So this really also teaches students like how much of a chance they want. Once they feel like they've been doing their answers high enough and they're getting really good. And usually I do not have. I mean, there's only 8 questions on this game. So it's not like it's a lot of class. Usually I set up 20 to 40 to 50 questions. So it takes a while for students to really feel like they want to take a bigger gamble. So they look at those money bonuses and those insurance, a good way to teach financial literacy on things too as well. So then like I keep going here. So right now I got my extra 300. So I'm going to answer a couple. I'm going to go for this next streak bonus here so I get more money. So I need $200, and I believe the next insurance is 1,000 even. So I'm going to go answer some more questions here. Conditional formatting, right? Different thing. See, I lost $56 there from getting. I'm actually doing this on purpose to show you what happens, but also sometimes that's what happens. So it gets a little areas on that. So now I've got $533. So now I've really actually got a good amount of money here. So now I've earned money, so now I can get my streak bonus power up. I got $330. Let me go over to the multiplier, and I can go ahead and do the multiplier now too. So now while I'll get the questions wrong and everything, I'm going to make more money than lose money. So I'll go over here, do that again. But now see $100. Now watch what happens if I get a streak going correctly. See, I'm getting that bonus money. Good old Sigma. I'm feeling so Sigma right now. But now I got 200 up. But look at I have $933. So now I can really go for a little higher. So if I wanted to, like I said, I could go over here. So everything's $1,000 now. So the stakes are gotten higher about what I can do for money bonuses and so forth and insurance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer hopefully one more question here. So I got that formatting right because that was the calculation question. So I've lost $75, but my play times leveled me up a little bit better. So, but as you can see, I got 100 there. And now, I've made my money back. I've had an area too where I would actually do a little area where they would because at the end of this, you can see your records of how good or how bad you did. And what it'll do is it'll look at your percentage of loss. So this is a really good way to teach basic banking as well. But now I have insurance, so now if I get my questions wrong, I'm not going to lose as much money now. So and my streak bonus ends every time I do a pick up on everything too. So where was it? Where was it? There we go. I'm just gonna finish this game up because this was not meant to be a very long. I'm just showing you how far I can go for a streak bonus before I drop it. Uh, so yeah, as you can see, I have 133. I have a $1,300. So now I can do my bonuses. I can't do my insurance; it's not high enough yet. But if I wanted to go over here, now I can go get my money per question. So now I've gotten this. See right here, you'll now earn $100, but you'll also lose $100 per question. So but as you can see, my streak counter is reset. I'm just going to answer this a little bit. Once I level up again, I'm going to quit this so then you guys can see everything. Ding. Yeah, so now I have $2,000. So like I said, I can go ahead and get this higher end here where I get a streak bonus. So now I get 50 per cash. And let's check out the chart really quick. I just realized I was sharing the wrong tab here. So forth here. So you guys were seeing as my level went up, how I was increasing it. So in a one way, it's good. You can see that it does do real time there for the level. I didn't realize I made the switch off until later on, but that happens. But as you can see, I'm getting closer and closer, and it went in live time there. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again. So now you can see what I'm doing. I apologize for that. But as you can see, I've increased more now too. So I'm getting $100 more per question, and especially on a streak line and everything else. So I'm doing pretty good here. I'm gonna see right there. So now I've lost $120, but I've made pretty good, as they say, bank for things too. So now I got $1,400. So as you can see, the insurance I have to wait until I get to 25. There's my next bonus time. And then, as you can see, my next multiplier is 2,000. So let's try to earn that up. And I'm going to quit the game so you can see the area on this too. So Sparkline, Google Sheets. This I'm getting some easier questions here. I got 500 now. So equation. There we go. So now I got $2,900. I can go over here and get the multiple bonus. So now it's a times three. I've known math teachers that really throw this out and everything, and it does pretty good on that. But now I'm making 300 per question here. So, and then my streak bonus is really increased and everything else. I'll do two more questions, and then I think that will do it for now. 900. Let's do the $1,000 so you guys can really see what I do here. So now I got one. Yeah. So now I got $4,988. Actually, let's round that. Let's do that one more question here. Oh, good. So I got 1,200. So now I got $6,000 to spend. So now I can really go for these higher end bonuses. But as you can see, it does take a little while. Like I said, the game wouldn't end until I reach the 5 million mark here. But as you can see, I still got a ways to go. So this really does challenge students to think, oh, I can just spend my money wherever I want to. And they have to hit certain levels per question. This is why it's always a good idea to always get those higher end too. So we're all good here. I'm going to go ahead and quit the game here. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this up. So just so you know, the game's automatically saves up here and then it'll be out here. But if I go over here and just switch out, I'll switch to this. I'll just close the game up. So, but I can go back into that link right now. So if I wanted to, that would just work there too. So let's go ahead and spend a little bit on the packs here really quick. Let me switch my review. Let's do that. And then we're going to go ahead and quick. And I'm glad everybody switched to the live stream today. So I'm going to go right here. I'll go to the shop. Just so you know, the next pack coming is the Monsters pack. So I'll have Frankengim. I think the Halloween Trick or Treat. I think it's got a vampire bat and everything. There's some new ones coming up. I'm going to bug here. I'm going to go big spender. Remember, you can do up to 25 packs. And as you can see, I've gotten quite a couple here. I don't have the new one, which is Antonio. I've gotten Speckles the Ladybug. I already had Beatrix. I did get Zapper the Lightning Bug. Scara I didn't I had as well. Same thing with Buzz and the Honey Trail. And there's the new Bug Trail and Brushwing, which is a bird and wing here. The Moth one, which is Mothica, and then it has the Don't Bug Me sticker, the Butterfly Flutter, and then the custom made skin, which is just called Build a Bug. But this one is really cool. They went another step. Remember how I said I couldn't really do my cat to make him look like a shiny Litten? This one's actually different. If I go to this here, so you can do the face. They give you a limit on the face. So let's say I make it blue. Let's do like on a purple. But right here, I can actually use the color wheel here. They have a color wheel now to change the body. And see, as I do this, look at, you can see the color changes. I like this thing. So I can make it a little darker. And then I can do the same with the legs. So maybe I want to go with really high red legs. And as you can see right here, look at it. It's like I'm making my own version of that. Actually, let's make it kind of like an Asian beetle. So let's do orange for the antenna. So there's that. So let's do the body. So let's go to orange. I'll make this look like a Asian beetle, the nice little cousins of the ladybug. Let's go ahead and do the face lighter. Yep, there we go. And then I can do the antenna, which are kind of an off black. So let me do that. And look at that. I have my own Build-A-Bug, and I remember this is the Mythic collection. All the Mythics, you can really do it. So I'm gonna buy 2 packs for $60, and let's see what we get. So I got another busy beetle, and then I got speckles again. So I already have those, so I can sell those. And to sell them, you go to the locker and you look them up. So right here, see right here, all gims. These are the most recent gims you purchase or in order versus if I go to the selection. But right here, I can go to all. I can sell one of these speckles back for 5 coins, and then I can go and do the same for busy beetle. I've got a lot of busy beetles of this too. So it's kind of thing. If I go back to the retro pack, as you can see, I'm still don't have glass half full or Sprite yet, which are the red ones. And then if I go to dog here, I still have not earned Dottie the Dalmatian, or of course the Golden Retriever. I did finally get Juno, and I got the pug, but I still have not got Luna the Corgi Hound and so forth. So it's kind of thing. So since we have some time and I have a little coins left before Wednesday, let's go ahead and buy one of each. So let's do a retro pack. So I got another stash. I have him already. I love the stashes. Let's buy a dog. I got a biscuit trail, which I also already have. Let's do the cat trail. Like I said, the only ones I haven't gotten cat here trail are Rags, Scaredy Cat, and of course Misso. And I don't have the yarn trail or the scratching post sticker. I also have not got Mocha Miss. I've gotten all the other ones. So let's do one and see what happens. I got noodles again. So let's go ahead and sell those back. Believe it or not, I think. So I'll go to Gims. So there's noodles and stash. So let's sell one. Let's go to stash, sell him. I'll go to trails, which is where the biscuits are. Let's sell that back. That's 10 coins. And then we'll go to stickers, which I have everybody. So with that said, I can buy one more. I'll buy one more bug pack and we'll see what happens. I got Mothika, so I have a brand new epic. Now it's the percentage of this. So areas on that too. So with that said, let's switch our areas back here to there we go. So, what are some of the pros of using money? Cash Tycoon. Number one, you can assign it for homework. You can do live individual. It really gives students chance to check their questions, their areas, and of course, really makes them think. If you're working in financial literacy like I do with CTE and technology and robotics, it's a really good way to work formulas and everything over for the packs. Another thing that they do really, really well, and actually, I'm going to switch over to the game really quick so people can have a little better one onto. That's some of the pros. Also, it's really good. You can customize your levels, your questions, everything. You can copy them from the main question bank. You can use your favorite flashcard sets, import the images, spreadsheets, which is what we did the questions on, and really do really well too. Cons to this. Cons I will have to say is you have to set the questions a good amount. As you know, I only had 8 questions. Why it's really good and people do it, and maybe they start making mistakes because they don't read the answers really well. That's not bad, but at the same time, is that can cause issues. You don't want to limit your questions. I always say a good 25 to 30 is a good round number to it. And you also have to make sure your Cash Tycoon levels match the level. I have students that want to do it, especially when they might not have classes as often and they want to get those Gimkit points and so forth. They want to play the game a little bit more. Also, they use it for reviews. So sometimes I try to learn. But the biggest thing is make sure your cash totals are matching the level power-ups. As you know, they go to $1 billion. You can go $3 billion to limit. But then some students might just play for a little while and say, hey, I'm tapped out. I don't want to review it. So you want to have a nice balance between the cash area of that and the question total for your areas. If you do that, I swear you'll be in much better condition. So that's about it on that too. So I don't have much else to say on this note here too. So I'd like to thank you for everybody for joining me today for the questions and everything for Gimkit levels. And I hope you think about that too. Remember, if you like what you see here, go ahead and like and subscribe. You can, of course, listen to me on the normal Pixel Classroom podcast. We're getting ready to get the last few episodes set up here. I have a big guest coming up with episode 200, which will record the week of the 27th of April. So about a month away because I'm currently on spring break. And I will be doing another video probably next week on one of the other Gimkit areas of knockback. I just need a couple people in the game, so it's much more area so people can see that too. You also can follow me on Blue Sky at Ryan7Reed. There, I'm usually always on. I'm more comment on that in social media versus other ones too, especially for professionals. So you can find me there too. And I hope everybody's enjoyed this episode. And we'll think it if you are a Gimkit user or teacher about using some of these tricks and trades for everything else. And I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I think that's about it. I don't see anybody with any questions. I know that I got about 8 people watching here on the different platforms. So thanks for joining me on this Sunday morning, guys. You can watch on the refeed, and I hope everybody has a good day.